Hey everyone, it's Rob from Hypop and welcome back to another video. In this one, we are unboxing and taking a closer look at a brand new flash from Godox. This one is the SK400III-V. So I've got the brand new SK400III version here from Godox. This is a brand new release of one of their studio flash strobes. The SK400 sits about at that mid-range, and it has been a popular flash. If you were to look at it at the full range, you've got the MS series, which is sort of their entry level, the SK, which is like their mid-level, and you've got the DP series, which sits about their upper higher level, and finally the QT series, which are their flagship studio flashes. So the SK is one of those mid-range ones that is a perfect workhorse for those that are setting up a studio. Maybe you're using this as a photo booth flash, maybe it's your first flash setup, and the SK400 is probably going to be popping up on your radar as one of the main models to look out for. This version here will be available in two versions. There's a 300 watt version as well as a 400 watt version. And this is the third iteration of this particular series. So that means they've had two previous models. The V version of this model has an LED modeling light. So we wanted to jump in and take a look at what's included and what's in the box here. Firstly, this is the retail packaging, and you've got the some of the features here on the side. You've got the compatibility with Godox's 2.4 gigahertz wireless system. You've also got compatibility with the Godox FT433 megahertz wireless system, which is one of their newer megahertz frequencies that they've released recently. You've also got a fast recycle time. So at full output, you have a recycle time of 1 second. You also have power step increments up to 1/32 or down to 1/32. So you can go from 1/1 full power down to 1/32. And you also have a 10 watt modeling light. So let's look at what's inside. So firstly, we've got the user guide. Also got a power cable. And of course, we've got the SK400III flash itself. Now on the front of the flash, you've got a Bowens cap protector. This is just really for when you're storing it away or packing it away or transporting the light, because that protects the flash tube on the inside there. So here we have it. We've got the brand new SK400III. Now, first things first, it has an updated design. The casing itself has been updated. It does definitely look a bit more modernized. If you're familiar with some of Godox's lights in general, they have some LED lights that look quite similar in terms of the casing design here, a lot more streamlined. Doesn't appear to have many vents on the outside like the previous model did. The SK400 Mark II had a few vents here. It looks quite similar to the SL60 Mark II LED light in terms of the design. It's a bit longer, of course. You've got the back handle here to help you reposition with a large tilt handle on the side here. That helps you tilt. Now this is a stepped tilting mechanism, which is nice. So if you have it partially tightened, you can feel the steps as you are adjusting, which helps you get that exact positioning. You also have the umbrella mount, which is still there. So there's an umbrella mount towards the bottom here with a tightening knob there. And on the front, of course, you've got the modeling light, which is that LED chip right in the middle there. That's the 10 watt modeling light. And you also have the Bowens mount, which is one of their standard mounts here. So this is not a Godox mount flash, it's still a Bowens mount flash. You've got the branding on the side. And of course, on the back here, we have all of the controls. Now, the controls on the back, you can see there's a USB type A port here, and that's actually for that FT433 megahertz wireless system. Now, Godox used to have some older wireless triggers, the FT16 and the XT16, and they used to have a USB type receiver that you can plug in. Those will still work if you still have some of those lying around, but they're essentially just dummy triggers. They're ones that will only tell the flash to fire. The FT433 and also the X wireless system triggers, this includes the X Pro, the X2, the X Pro Mark II, you've got the X3 and the X3 Pro. All of those triggers will control this flash automatically because it has an inbuilt receiver. So that means you don't need to plug in any receivers, it just talks automatically. But with the FT433, you'll need to plug in that receiver into that USB port there to allow you to control the flash itself. Now you've got a sync port here, and that's still a 3.5mm jack sync port. So if you're firing this off manually, or perhaps you're using a camera that doesn't have a hot shoe, you can still fire this off via sync port. You've got the on-off button, you've got the plug input there, and you also have a fuse compartment here. So that's a fuse that also houses a spare fuse on the inside. And then you've got the controls here. This is just the dial to dial up the power or dial it down. You've got a group channel. You've also got slave mode, so optical slave if you're wanting to fire this optically. You've got the IR sensor at the top there. And you also have S1, S2, so you can select what slave group it goes onto. You can control the noise for the flash, so every time it flashes, it beeps, and you can turn that on or off with this buzz button. You also have the modeling light on or off, and also the test fire button. So it's relatively straightforward. Everything that you'd expect from a standard studio flash, but definitely with some upgrades compared to the old model. So here I actually have the older model with me. So you can see they've got the vents here. They do have some of the underside vents that are still there for the new model. But you can see that the design of the casing is a little different. The optical sensor is still there, it's still present. However, it's a bit more streamlined in design for the new model. You also have the back panel, which looks a little bit dated. Reminds me of some of Godox's early flashes, but this has all been updated now. But the positioning and essentially all the buttons and the inputs are pretty much the same. You still have that Bowens mount at the front. You do have that modeling light, but it's not as strong as this current one, which is 10 watts, and that Bowens release latch on the side there. You've still got the stepping handle here, as well as the umbrella mount, so all the things pretty much the same. Now, the reason you'd be going for the SK400III will essentially be the recycle time and also that improved modeling light. So the recycle time at 1 second is coming more in line with studio standards in terms of firing at full output. So when you're firing this at 1/1, 400 watts, you will be getting that 1 second recycle time, which is great because if you're taking some movement shots or if you just need it to recycle a little bit faster, that's gonna be a helpful update. If you're shooting it at less output, so maybe half power or quarter power, obviously the recycle time will be slightly faster there for you too. And you've also got the power step increments that you can now adjust with a little bit more precision as compared to the older model. So I've just plugged in the SK400III here, and we'll just turn it on just so we can have a look at some of the controls. Firstly, you can see the dial here is controlling the output. You can adjust it in 0.1 step increments all the way from 1/32 up to 1/1. Now in comparison, you have the likes of the QT range, which can step all the way down to 1/256. So that's something that would be lacking in the mid-range flash here. However, you do have quite a bit of range here to fine tune and adjust your flash. Just let that dump there. Now you have your group channel button, so you can control your group and change that over by tapping. And if you're wanting to change the channel, what you need to do is hold down on that button, which has a second function. You can see the channel number at the top is now flashing, and you can just use the dial to change the channel. You need to pair up the channels with your trigger to ensure that that's all the same, and that'll allow the connectivity to happen. So you press down on this dial here, which is also the set function. You can also hold down on these two buttons here to turn off your wireless setting. So you'd be turning off your wireless setting if you're using the sync port to fire it via the sync port, or if you're going to be using the optical sensor and you'll be using perhaps the slave mode, you can set it to slave 1 or slave 2. You also have that buzz button. So right now, as I'm pressing the button, you can actually hear all those beeps. Now the buzz feature is actually something that's great for portrait photographers or if you're working with a model, because every time that fires off, that beep will happen, and that helps them perhaps trigger to change their pose. So that's a good feature to have. And you also have the modeling light, of course. So you have the modeling light on, off, or proportionate. So proportionate actually increases in intensity as you increase the output of the flash. So the output of the modeling light increases, and you can see it's decreasing as I'm decreasing the output as well. Or you can have that always just set at 100%. Or you can dial it down to a specific percentage in 5% increments by pressing down on the dial here. Just dump that, and that's pretty much it. So it's a relatively straightforward flash to use. If you're going to be using a trigger, which you will be with this flash here, you'd likely be able to just control it via the trigger wirelessly, and the trigger will essentially be the master. So you wouldn't have to control from the back here. You'd be using your trigger to dial in all the settings or the output settings. So that was our unboxing and review of the brand new Godox SK400III-V. For more videos just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comments section below your thoughts, or if you have any questions about the Godox SK400III. Follow us on socials, the links are down below, and visit our website, hypop.com.au. Thanks for watching.